Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to VV Nation. My name is Glenn.
And my name is Ryan.
You're supposed to get some energy behind that. Okay, there's a little bit of energy. Welcome to Afternoon Market Action. Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. A lot of stuff going on in the market. A lot of good videos out there on our YouTube channel if you're not taking advantage of them. We had 2 videos for the Monday night and Tuesday night videos. Ryan's got a video tonight and a video tomorrow. And then I'll have a video on Friday. We're on YouTube every single day, folks. You want to get to know the in stuff about what's going on, this is the place to be. This is the place where it's happening, Captain. If you can hear us, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let us know that we are coming across loud and clear. And today, we're going to have a moment because who is it? FEMA? Is it FEMA? Or somebody? Somebody's going to call everybody at like 2:20 this afternoon. Everybody's phones are going to go off. It's going to happen during our live stream. It's 2:20. So
what are they doing? Like a national broadcasting test?
Yeah, they're gonna, and everybody's phones are gonna be. And then, so a friend of mine said, "Have you ever seen the movie Cell? Scary." So
hey,
I just saw
that was a good movie.
You saw it?
Yeah, with Samuel
Jackson and Michael Cusack. Yeah, that's a scary looking trailer. So
no, surprisingly, it was a really good movie.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, the concept behind the movie, cell phone towers, turning people into zombies and stuff. You think it's going to be kind of dumb, not going to lie, but actually, the plot was way better than expected. Right. Definitely worth watching. I've actually watched it twice.
Well, we're gonna get a piece of that today at 2:20. We're gonna all turn into zombies on screens. There we go. Ooh. Samuel is awesome. I'm tired of these mother snakes on my Yeah, Samuel Jackson's a guy that just yells everything. Joey calls me Samuel Jackson every so often. He thinks that I just because you call me Samuel Jackson because I'm always yelling.
You are the Samuel Jackson of VectorVest.
Okay, I could be the Samuel Jackson of VectorVest.
Speaking of, probably need to turn the volume down a little bit to compensate.
That's Joey. I'll push the mic down a little. All right. So let's get into what's going on today. Is afternoon market action. First thing we're going to do, can I use my Stream Deck, Joey? Can I use my Stream Deck? Huh? Okay. Yeah, so go put on my graph. There it is. There's the graph for today. The market's definitely moving further and further down. A little bit of possible rebound going on right now. Whew. But we're still at session lows or right off session lows for the day. But here's a 3-month view of the composite. Again, my good friend Steve Chappell has been looking at the S&P as well. But you know that the VectorVest composite includes the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, all of that. This is just a horrific market. It looks like here we thought we had a bullish candlestick pattern, a bullish harami, followed through. Where did we stop? Right at a level of resistance, sitting at the value of 56.89. We just fell ever since. The buy to sell ratio and MTI are both at levels where the market is looking for a bottom. The buck stops here says the SPY is down 4.5% in 3 months. How about them? How about them apples? So I will, and I got to admit, Ryan, I closed out of my oil trade. Finally did that today.
Yeah. Well, remember last week I told you we're going to find some resistance and some selling pressure once we get close to $100 a barrel. So, we got to $99, and what happened? Now it's at $89. So I'm not surprised at all.
I did pull out really the Patriots. They got their butts kicked. Anyway, I did pull out of my oil trade, and we'll see. Tesla's 3.8 moved above the 8. That was a stock that was in my video from last night, one of my 3 mega stocks. But I was at a break point on Tesla. Wasn't ready yet. There was only one stock that I was at a make point. You got to go watch the video. All right. Nice rebound today. I'm with you on a dead cat bounce. Meow. I'm with you on a dead cat bounce. We'll see what's going on. All right. So with that being said, while Tesla's up 4%, again, I wasn't ready yet, Jeff, but remember in the video, I said if it can show me some sustained trend, I'd be back on board with it. All right. Let's go. What do I do? Oh my gosh. Say hi to Joey, everybody, too.
Hey, Joey.
Everybody say hi to Joey. He's sitting next to me, sitting side saddle today. All right, so now, big news. You know I don't like politics, but this is interesting because this news does affect the market, not only the economy, but the market. So Kevin McCarthy's historic ouster revives government shutdown fears. All right, so he got ousted because because he was dealing with the Dems and they got the stopgap, 45 days. Republicans said, no, you weren't supposed to do that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So government shutdown fears, how does that affect the market? What did you just do? Okay, how does that affect the market? So here we go. How a government shutdown would impact your money, student loans, Social Security, investments, and more. I wanted to go strictly down to the investments part of it because, I don't like to do politics, but if it affects our ability to make money, then there comes a problem. The impact on the economy, including your investments, depend on the length of the government shutdown. Since government payments are delayed, not diminished, the effect may be minor if Congress leaders resolve the matter quickly. During 2013, lasted over 2 weeks, 40% of Americans cut their consumer spending. That's the economy, according to Goldman Sachs. Consumer spending affects the economy, but then it also affects people's ability to put money in the market or keep money in the market because they're going to need it for other things. So they'll pull it out of the market, driving the market lower. For stocks and bond markets, investor sentiment may be jarred over the short term. That could mean temporary market volatility. So when I don't like to talk about politics, when it affects my ability to make money and relay or facilitate that information to you, that's where it becomes a problem. That could mean temporary market volatility. In other words, you might not want to check your 401k, retirement balance, or mutual fund statements quite so often. Remember, though, your long-term investments will likely weather any week-to-week losses if you don't sell during a shutdown fluster. Week to week. But what happens if this goes longer than just a couple of weeks? What happens if it goes longer than that? That's why I tied in what is going on with McCarthy to how it affects us in the market. The Dow is down 3.83% on the 3-month chart. Hey, that's 3 out of 3 on the downside for 3 months straight. Not looking good, my friends. I don't disagree. And, if you look at the VectorVest system, the VectorVest system is telling our subscribers to not buy stocks at this time. Plain and simple. No matter what is said out there with anybody, the VectorVest system has been letting our subscribers know this is not the right time to buy stocks. Even when it looked like the market had bottomed and it was getting ready to go, you know what didn't happen? We never got a primary wave up. The VectorVest system protected all of you out there. Now, if you're not a member of the VectorVest family by way of the system, do you know that if you go to www.vectorvest.com/YT, you can take a trial to VectorVest for 99 cents for 30 days. You want to know when the right time it will be to start looking at stocks to buy? We will let you know. All right? Janice says he was being sneaky. What did I say? What didn't I say? I didn't cuss. Did I cuss, Ryan?
I don't think so.
I don't think I cussed. All right. And my last story in regards to what's going on in the market. Everybody wants to talk about not a lot of people jumped on board with jobs, right? But look at this. Even with that, job openings jump to 9.6 million. The labor market is cooling off, but what? But slowly. I still think, and it doesn't matter what I think anymore because I'm tired of messing around with this market. Doesn't matter what I think anymore, but I feel that the Fed should not have paused interest rates in the last meeting, and I think that they're going to raise in the next meeting. But who am I? Who am I? I'm just a guy. All right. So, Ryan, do you have anything to add to any of those two stories about McCarthy or about the jobs?
As far as the jobs, I still think we're in the scenario that good news is bad news. When that news came out this morning, the stocks market sold off pretty sharply. It did find a bottom around 11 a.m. it looks like. But I think we're still in the scenario, where good news is bad news. And bad news is unfortunately good news right now. Until the Federal Reserve kind of, takes their hands off the market and, says, hey, we're done messing with interest rates and being data dependent. Right now we want bad news. I mean, bad news drives the market to the upside right now. It's kind of an odd situation, but it's the situation we're in right now.
What?
With job openings jumping up only means, in my opinion, that the Federal Reserve has more room to raise interest rates and more incentive to.
Someone says, Asa says, what's your outlook on oil in about a month's time? Bullish. Something, I think that oil is going up. Ryan said right that we got to a level of resistance. Oil is pulling back down. My problem with all of this, and why I say that it's being manipulated, is because the supply is drying up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The supply, OPEC is cutting. They're going to extend the cuts until the end of the year. Russia is cutting.
Russia and Saudi Arabia did confirm that they're going to continue the cuts through November.
I had a story that said through to the end of the year. I found a different story that said they were going to extend out to the end of the year. Regardless, whether it's November or December, oil supplies are drying up. The demand is not, unless people are getting pissed that gas is going up and they're not going to drive anymore, or they're moving over to electric vehicles, whatever. I still think that oil has more room to go to the upside. But right now, I'm going to let it come to me. And right now, it's not coming to me. Oil play is not coming to me. Hi, little late for our date. I'm not dating you, Bobby. Don't get that twisted. I ain't dating you. Thank you for being here, though, Bobby, but dating.
But, Glenn, energy was really the last sector of the economy to kind of be bullish on.
I agree.
And we're seeing that kind of fade out. I did a video, I think it was either in the short or the video that comes out tonight, where I talk about, energy was the last safe place to be bullish. And it looks like, the brakes are being put on that as well. So right now, playing to the short side is kind of where I'm at. Just be careful if you're not already in short positions, especially, with the MTI and BSR so low, there could be an explosive rally on the horizon. So just, keep those shorts in mind. Otherwise, cash. A lot of people forget that cash is a position, and it's good to have cash on hand when an opportunity presents itself. Like, no one has a crystal ball, but if we get some green lights in the color guard, primary wave up signal, I want to have cash on deck to deploy to winning trades.
All right. No, and two things. I'm not gonna get triggered by it, but the question is, how can I trust VectorVest? That was my first trade, talking about the oil trade. Then I see Dave answers. Thank you for that, Dave. I'm not going to answer the question because I don't want to say or do the wrong thing. I am going to let people in VV Nation answer Noor's question. All right, because I think that we've done enough in the videos that we have on our channel to help you with protecting profits. All right, so Noor, thank you, Dave, for answering part of that question, but I'm going to let the people within VV Nation, rather than me, let the people in VV Nation answer Noor's question about how can I trust VectorVest. That was my first trade. So Dave is still answering that question. I know Dave's not the only one that could answer Noor's question. I know it's not the one. Cole says, are you still in WTI, Glenn? And the answer to that is, as of today, I am not. As of today, I did pull out. I pulled out with a little bit of a gain, but I did pull out of my oil trade. I'll wait. It's pulling back. The market is pulling back. I'll wait for a better opportunity. Aces says, definitely VectorVest keeps me on the right side of the market. Bill says VectorVest is awesome and trustworthy. So now let's get in. So I wanted to cover what was going on in the market. The McCarthy thing is a big story because it does affect potentially what's going to happen with the economy. But as I showed in the story, how it could affect our ability to invest in stocks as well. First story. After that, we've got PNC. Ooh-wee, talking about the other shoe, right? Still talking about the other shoe on the banks. PNC becomes the latest bank to take advantage of regional bank failures. Regional banks still have not reported the losses like Silvergate did. It's coming. They can only kick the can down the road, but for so long. What's going to happen to a lot of the regional banks? They are going to be taken over. PNC taking over a regional bank is the latest bank to take advantage of a regional bank failures that shook. The Pittsburgh Bank said Tuesday that it purchased a portfolio representing $16.6 billion in total commitments from Signature Bridge Bank via the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp. I believe that we're going to definitely see more of this, and the bigger banks are going to take over the smaller banks until the bigger banks are going to become the only banks eventually. All right. This could allow PNC to expand its relationship with the venture capital, private equity industry, and extend new loans in what has become a dislocated market given the failures of the top players in the space earlier this year. All right. Bank D, I still think it's a good play because I still think, BNKD, because I still think there's a lot to come down the pipe when it comes down to the regional banks. All right, so I still like BNKD. A lot of these, I can't say a lot, how many. I still think that a lot of regional banks are going to be under a lot of freaking selling pressure. All right, so that's the way I look at it. We are all going to die because of the Fed. No, Akshay. The Fed is doing what the Fed is supposed to do. The Fed is doing what the Fed is supposed to do. They came late to the party, like they often do. They're overextending, like they often do. But that's what the Fed does. And we ain't going to die. We ain't going to die. We're going to be far from that. We're going to be so far from that. Banks gone, utilities gone, discretionary gone. Who is next? You talk about me. Remember the other day you were like, Glenn, stop being so glum. You're being super glum. You're like a Debbie Downer. Wah, wah, wah. We're going to be fine. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Did I get it too?
We're going to all turn into zombies. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Let me.
How the hell do you turn it off, though? Okay. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. We're going to all walk around like zombies now. That was crazy. That was crazy. I couldn't even turn mine off. All right. We almost at the tribulation. Oh, Nat, don't. I'm not trying to get down that path either. Not trying to get down that path yet. All right. So PNC is on my list today. Next story is Ryan's story. There we go. Macy's. I think you have control, Ryan.
Okay, I've got control. I can just leave it there.
Okay.
So yeah, Macy's said on Tuesday that it's going to open up to 30 smaller stores, strip malls over the next 2 years. This is kind of a new plan, new rollout for them as the retailer, chases customers out of, dying malls. Malls are a thing of the past, especially since COVID. I like this story, but I think really what Macy needs to do is get more focused on the e-commerce aspect. That is where the consumer behavior is going. And I think, opening up these smaller chains or smaller stores, it might, save them, some money on their bottom line as far as, the pricing of the building itself. It's probably a lot cheaper in strip malls than in, I don't know, maybe regular malls aren't that expensive now either, Glenn. But, I do like it that, they're trying to get away from the big box mall retail space. Oh, there goes mine. Hold up.
Yours just went off?
Yeah, it just went off.
You have an iPhone?
I have an
That's the
Android.
reason why.
Oh, we're
Android is
late to the
so
party.
crap that you didn't even get the alert on time.
Actually, I did get it on time. It's at 2:20. You got yours 2 minutes
Well,
early.
it's because Apple is better.
Oh, so you're gonna get a 2 minute head start if we have a disaster, essentially.
Because I have an
If I
iPhone.
see Glenn running, I'm following you, Glenn. I'm chasing you. But yeah, really, I thought this article was you know, I thought it really just spoke to the current times and the changing consumer. The days of the big box retailers and the malls, I think, is getting behind us. I would like to see Macy's, increase their, e-commerce platform. Maybe see if they could get some kind of partnerships, whether it's Amazon or someone else, some kind of collaboration there, because I think that's really where the growth is going to be. But Macy has sold off quite a bit. I actually did a video on Macy like 2 months ago, shorting some of the luxury retail spots. And that short actually worked out pretty well. But over the last few days, Macy's has been climbing back up. So I think, at least in the short term, I'm kind of bullish on Macy's right now. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Now,
at least till next Wednesday, I'm bullish on Macy's.
Next story. Chinese EV sales surged in September, underscoring a thriving market. Big stories. XPEV, Neo, Li, all the Chinese EVs were up nicely. EVs last month, which was up 12% in August from 81% and 81% year over year. Neo had 15,000 EVs, almost 44% from a year ago. And Li at just 36,000, more than tripled from last year, while deliveries for the third quarter nearly quadrupled. Now, Tesla, a popular brand in the Chinese EV market, reported a drop in deliveries. So, more backstory on why Tesla was going through the pricing war with China to sell more cars, because XPeng, Li, and Neo in China, the Chinese EVs companies, seemed like they were kicking Tesla's butt. And so that's why they were going after the pricing war. But it's going to affect the bottom line, and we'll see what's going on. People are letting me know that they're getting bullish on Tesla. David says, my $30 phone went off when yours did.
My $30.
I got nothing. My phone is about the cost of a new house, about $150,000. But I like my phone. All right, with the pricing drop in EVs, how will the big three survive? You talk about GM, Ford, and them, and Stellantis. Remember, they're not doing EVs. The crux of their business is combustion engines. So what are they going to do? They're going to keep coming out with the newest model of whatever vehicle that they're doing. I think what's hurting the big three right now is going to be the strike. That's where the hurt's going to come. And Tesla's.
I think they're going to have some supply chain issues coming up soon, logistic issues.
Tesla's going to be sitting in the background reaping in. XPEV, Neo, and Leo are going to be sitting in the background reaping in. The big three are going to hurt. And as Ryan just said about supply chain issues, that's going to hurt them. EVs are going to be the beneficiary of that. Now, are they going to survive? John, they're going to survive. We're not going to be an economy or a world or a society of all EVs. Not in our time frame, not in our lifetime. I don't think that happens in our lifetime. All right, so the big three will still be around, and they'll still keep doing their things, and that'll be that. My Android went off before your Apple. Glenn, stop hating. Janice, I've never put you in timeout. I'm about to. That's all I got to say about that. I've never put. I didn't do anything. Why you say I did something? Janice did it.
Somebody want to come back.
I wasn't badgering. She was
Lecturing.
whatever. Janet. No, don't put it in timeout. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I like the EVs. I think this is a little bit of time, a little bit more spurt for the EV. So I've got all the EVs on my list. Janice, Glenn knows Android phones are the best. Oh, heck no. Wait, hold on.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Oh, they couldn't hear it? Ryan couldn't hear it. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, you heard that? That's right.
Oh, Joey has an iPhone too, right?
Huh? Joey's got the iPhone.
Oh,
He's got the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I don't even have the 15 Pro Max yet.
Whew.
All right. So all the EVs, I like them right now. I think there's a lot of things going against the big three that the EVs are going to pick up on. And then adding to that, Rivian, surprising Wall Street with Q3 vehicle deliveries growing 140%. Rivian wasn't on that list. All right, Rivian wasn't on that list because those are the Chinese companies, but I'm adding Rivian to my list as well. I like EVs. I cannot lie. That's right. My brother can't lie. That whatever. Stop dancing, Joey. You were dancing. All right. What's up, Energy? Yes, Team Android. Whatever. I'm putting everybody on Android in timeout. All right. Next story. Ryan's story. Talking about crypto. Stupid crypto.
Stupid crypto. Well, I know Glenn is
That
not
was
a fan
Lucid.
of crypto.
Not John. I believe that was Lucid. That was losing $30,000 per year per car. I think that was Lucid, not Rivian. I'll double check though. I think it was Lucid.
So ultimately, this next story, analyst comes out and sees Coinbase will miss third quarter revenues. They're expected to miss it by 10%. I'm not too surprised by this. You know, let's be honest. Coinbase and just the crypto space in general is typically retail trader heavy, and I think with the what they call it, the crypto winter, where crypto is not doing a whole lot. Word of the sake, stupid crypto. I think a lot of people, they see the, is crypto a scam? A lot of them are. Let's be honest. There are some ones that have some promising attributes, such as Ethereum or Bitcoin. But as you get down the list into things like Doge, Elon, Mars, and all the other crazy names out there, it's just all speculation and just straight gambling. But yeah, just with the crypto winter in general, and interest rates rising again, when interest rates rise, that's going to put a lot of pressure on crypto as well. I think the retail traders, the volume that we saw, 2 years ago or even last year, it's greatly going to exceed what we're seeing this year as far as volume in the crypto space, and that the amount of transactions is going to be a lot less, and if there's not as many transactions, then Coinbase isn't going to make as much money. So I'm thinking, Coinbase, I agree with this, that Coinbase, if they don't miss, I don't think it's going to be good coming from their earnings. So right now I'm short on Coinbase in general.
So there was a story that I did yesterday in my life. What's yesterday? It must have been on Monday, on an SEC approval for something. I forget where it was in crypto. I thought it could be a big move for it. I got to find the story. Anybody remember the story I did about crypto getting some kind of consideration by the SEC? There was a story.
Was it the XRP thing? Okay.
It wasn't XR. It was something. I forgot. Oh, Janice went from Team Glenn to Team Ryan because I told her I was going to put her in timeout. Wow, Janice. With everything that
Janice,
we've been through, Janice.
We do like the finer things in life, don't we, Janice?
When is the Fed coin coming? It's been out since July. Fed coin has been out since July, and it's sitting in the background watching.
Where do you even buy a Fed coin?
I don't know. I think that more and more people, Steve Chappell told me that there's a bank somewhere that is only taking crypto or taking digital currency. I don't know the story yet. Steve told me about it. I need to look into it. Very interesting. There's only a bank at this time that's only taking digital transactions.
Timeout kids are the cool kids.
Wow, whatever,
right,
Janice. Glenn, based on VectorVest, Tesla is marked as a hold. Is it really? There are more bearish news about it. Did you watch my video last night talking about 3 stocks that were up 150% since the beginning of the year? Tesla was one of those stocks. And I stated in the video that it was at a make or break point. Watch last night's video. Tesla is part of one of those 3 stocks that's gone up over 150%. I heard the SEC will be investigating Ethereum because of how they started and shine off the stuff they've done with that. I think there's a lot of icky stuff going on with crypto still. But, it has its days. It does, when you look at the Jockey Club, our day trading room, it has its days where it's moving. But overall, if you look at crypto or coin, let's go do that real quick. Let's go research. Where is it? Coin market cap. There it is. All right, we go look. And over the last 7 days, a little run up. But I wonder if I look at Bitcoin and I look at it over the last year, there it is. All right, it's risen over the last year. We'll look at it all. Big pull off from when it was at its high of 65. What's that high? That high is sitting at something. Why won't it? About 61,000 and it's sitting at 27,000. More than double, or more than half of where it was to the downside. It is starting to run up a little bit. I'm still not a fan of crypto. I think FTX screwed it up for everybody. I really think that FTX screwed it up for some. Ripple's in this list too. Isn't that what Fred used to drink? Fred Sanford used to drink Ripple? Yeah, Fred Sanford used to drink Ripple. There's XRP, number 5 in this list of all crypto. Where's Ripple? Ripple's at...
Ripple is XRP.
It is? See, again, goes to show how much I freaking know. There it is. XRP is number 5 in the list. Let's go look at it over the last year for all. Wow, look at where it spiked. It spiked at the price of about $3.11.
Huh?
And look at it now at 54 cents. Glenn, you know that utilities are 15-year lows, right? Yeah, I do. And the only way I'm going to buy a utility, and I learned this from my good friend Steve Chappell as well, only way I'm going to buy a utility is if it pays a dividend. Is if it pays a dividend. Is Bank D still a good buy, Stephen? In my opinion, we'll take a look at it. I still think yes. Anything you want to add more to the crypto story?
No, not right now. I think if you're gonna be in the crypto space, the way I play it right now is each month I'll allocate a little bit of money and just do dollar cost average, during this crypto winter. Now, I'm not getting anything too crazy, not betting the barn or all that stuff.
I'm not even betting the doghouse. I'm not even betting the doghouse.
I own like 8 different cryptos.
I do too somewhere. I can't even get to the account. Joey's trying to tell me what account it is. Where is it in?
I would say 70%.
Coinbase? I can't.
If I had to guess, about 70% of my holdings are in Ethereum.
I can't even open the account. I don't know the password. All right, but Ripple, a company, is not XRP cryptocurrency. Thank you, Energy. You gotta love down markets when you're short. I just covered my short on real estate. I hit my profit target. Thank you, Profit Locker Pro. Gotta love that. All right, and you know something? I think
smart move.
Tonight's video is going to go right in line with what you're talking about, Dave. Ryan's video.
Protecting profits.
Tonight. My crypto is more in Ethereum too, says Ben. All right, 2 more stories. How about this? I put out a video on pharmaceutical stocks, especially because we're getting into the cold and flu season. How about Moderna's got a combination of COVID flu vaccine? It moves to the final stage trial after positive data. I think that no matter what, COVID's here to stay. But now we need to treat it like a cold, treat it like a flu, that kind of thing, instead of blowing things out of proportions. Was it a pandemic? Yes. Is it a pandemic anymore? No. Do you still need some vaccinations against it? That's up to you. But Moderna's coming up with a combination COVID flu vaccine as it goes through. I think you want to keep your eyes on Moderna. Wow, I think I need some bottom fishing on utilities. I'm not trying to tell none of y'all to go bottom fishing yet. But if you want to know, let the VectorVest system help you with that. I know you can't short stocks in your IRA, but there is money to be made by buying contras in your IRA. Absolutely, Dave. But keep your mind on what's going on in the market. As I go back into the program real quick, look at the levels on the MTI and the buy to sell ratio. This is a time to be very careful about adding more to your contras. This is very, you need to keep your eyes open on even selling more stocks short. Again, I'm not going to get deep into that. Watch tonight's video, especially for a lot of you who are like, hell, what am I going to do? What do I need to do? Tonight's video, great Apple. Talk about it. Talk about how great Apple is, Ryan.
Well, Glenn, why do I need to talk about it? I feel like you have a lot to say about Apple. I'm an Android user. I could talk smack about it all
You
day.
better not talk about my Apple. I will shut you. I will come over right next door and punch you. I can't threaten violence on YouTube. Can I threaten violence on YouTube? Joey says I can threaten violence on YouTube. He told me to just live my life. YOLO, you only live once. All right, talk about the story, Ryan.
So pretty much this article, it really just compared the sales of the new iPhone 15 to last year's iPhone 14. Looked at the trends of those sales year over year. And it looks like the trend is essentially there's really strong demand for the iPhone 15.
Damn right it is.
So it's putting some pressure on supply. I'd imagine some of the, what would you say, the conflicts between the U.S. and China and some of those, trade tensions, might put some pressure on those supplies. But the demand is there. Actually, I did a short on Apple earlier this morning. Hit its low 4 days ago. Actually, it's starting to rebound a little bit. The 3 is converging close to the 8-day. So I actually talked about it in the short today as putting it on your potential shopping list if we do get a bottom fishing opportunity. I know it's more a conservative approach to bottom fishing, but just looking at the stock chart itself, we're going into the holiday season. It's iPhone 15. It's got great sales right now. So I see it being a good play as long as the market can get its act together. I think Apple could be a really good play to finish out the year.
How about this, that Apple, the demand on the phone could be such that no matter what the market does, Apple might rise. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
Well, I think the Apple, generally speaking, Apple typically likes to move with the market. Okay. But it being a holiday season, the sales with its new products, because other than the phone, they came out with a new watch, right?
Yep. Gen 10? Heck, I don't know. I'm on Gen 7. I'm on Gen something. I don't know.
But, just like, we've been talking about, Glenn, are the consumers going to be a little bit more frugal with their money this holiday season?
Consumers are still spending money.
Correct.
Okay.
And let's be honest, Apple users, Apple is kind of a
cult. Yes, they are.
A cult or a status symbol. A lot of people use it as a status symbol. Their Apple products. So I don't see it going anywhere. I think if you get in at a good price, wait. I'm not advocating jumping in right now, but if you can wait for this market to turn around, get some confirmation to the upside, there is definitely some money to be made.
And I like that they've got an ETF. If you don't want to pay the full price of Apple, you can go with the ETF. I might.
You can leverage it too, right?
I am seriously thinking about, based on your story. Thank you for the story, Patrick. Gosh, Ryan. Thank you for the story. I know Joey's looking at me going, "Oh my gosh, did you really just do that?" Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize, but
it's okay, Glenn. You're all as hybrids as kicking it. It's all right.
Wow. I am thinking about picking up. I'm going to take a look at it, time it. I'm thinking about picking up the Apple ETF.
Fernando said, Patrick, LOL. Wow.
I know.
The comments are coming in.
I know. I know. I'm
it's
sorry.
All right, BB Nation. Give him a hall pass. He doesn't know how to act. Now they could use those.
As soon as we start talking discounts. About Apple.
As soon as we start talking about Apple.
All right. Some
Apple users need an intervention.
Look at that. All right. Let's get into the software. Let's get into our 2 lists. You start with yours or start with mine?
We could start with mine. Doesn't matter.
Ryan's picks. Here they are. You only had 3 picks?
Yeah. And the reason behind that is because I really want to advocate that cash is a position. With the MTI and the BSRs so low right now, opening up new shorts Well, the only short I have here is Coinbase Global, just because of the news. Macy's and Apple, I'm actually both long on. So I'm kind of mixed with the market right now, but I'm keeping the list small just because, one thing I've learned, not even just working at VectorVest, but just, as much time as I put into trading and learning about investing, having patience, really patience. I know when you grow up, you always hear the saying, patience is a virtue. It definitely is. Because if you don't have patience, you're really trying to force trades that shouldn't happen. And that is where, just blatant mistakes and profits can be lost, and and your portfolio can suffer from that.
I totally.
So right now, I'm bullish on Apple and Macy's. If you look at it, Apple's actually up today. Other than the RV, the RS is good. So fundamentally, it's kind of mixed right now. RV's below 1, RS is above 1. RT, actually, all of these stocks are in a downtrend. If you look at it, they're RT. As far as their VST, only Apple is above 1. 2 of these stocks do have sell recommendations. One of those sells, being Coinbase, is the one I'm currently short on. And if you look at the negative growth rate here of -9%. Macy's, like I said, I'm only bullish for the short term because it's oversold right now. And I think the store, the news about them opening up smaller stores, going into strip malls might, help with investors' enthusiasm. So at least until next Wednesday, I'm bullish on my Macy's. And then Apple, like I said, if we could get a blast off later this week or early next week, I think Apple will definitely, be the big winner of these 3. So yeah, I got a mixed list today, 2 longs and 1 short.
All right, let's go look at your picks last week. I have in here, last week you were short Amazon.
Yes.
All right, so let's go look at your picks from last week. Amazon was your only short. Oh, Lord.
Oh, I know I got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the retail, that was EMTY, that was the retail. Actually, it went up a little bit, but a big hit, but oil. So, you know something? We're gonna, this is a teachable moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is why diversification is so important. Everybody understand that? Yes or no? Type it in the room. Type it in the room. Do you understand that? And I think that...
Because what, 2/3 of the list is in energy right now.
Yeah. So, hey, type it in the room that you understand that. Don't make me turn this.
It was working for a while, but this past week, no. That's why I'm pumping the brakes on oil. I still own 2 oil stocks, but they're both dividend stocks, and I've had them for a couple months. So I'm not in a rush to sell them. I might actually buy some more on this recent dip. I got BPT, Prudhoe Bay, and then San Juan, SJT.
I got nothing. I got rid of, I feel like Whitney.
You got rid of them all?
I got, unlike Whitney, I got nothing. I got rid of my WTI. I did. When do we need to hold it to get the dividend? You got to hold it past the dividend X date.
Yep.
And then as soon as the dividend X date comes by, you can drop it. You can get rid of it. You are already the owner of record as long as you hold it to the dividend X date.
You only have to own it technically for that one day,
no,
right?
You got to hold it through to the dividend X date. So if I bought it now and the dividend X date is not until next week, I got to hold it at least to the dividend
till then,
X
right?
date. And then after that, then I'm the owner of the record up until that point. Glenn, sing like Whitney. I got nothing, nothing, nothing. So don't make me. All right, that's right. All right, let's go to the next. Let's go to my picks. What do I have today? I'm going to go to the EV space. I want to see something. EV. I can't do it the way I wanted to. So what did I just do? I didn't diversify going into this week. Look at that. I didn't diversify going into this week. I've got.
Well, hopefully it works out better for you than it
hold
did
on.
me.
I'm going to add one more. Tesla. I got to put
another EV just to diversify some more.
Somebody said that Tesla was showing. Look, a nice jump on Tesla. This was my video. I'm going to show something here. I did the video. One of my 3. Let's go to 3-month graph. Let's change the lookout to the near perfect indicator. All right, because that's what I use. And I said it was a break for me. It wasn't a make. Why? There's no trend on the MPI. I got a little bump up today. I got nothing here to confirm you on the. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on Tesla. Now, if you're a little bit more aggressive, nice up day. We're still below this uptrend. We're still below this uptrend. There's a couple of things that I'm looking for before it's a make for me. This is a break right now. Nice up day. One day doesn't make a trend. So there we stand as far as Tesla stands. And then I'm going to add one more, and I'm going to be bearish on this. You want to talk about oil? You want to talk about where is the oil? Where is the oil? Look at this, down another 5.5% today. Let's go put that on the stock graph. Still, put on a 3-month graph. Look at that. From a timing perspective, using the MPI and using RT, boom. That was a good time to get out. The trend is still there. If you're longer term on oil, I wouldn't get out until the trend breaks down. Then you're going to give up a lot right there. This is getting me out now. Does that make sense to everybody in regards to oil? Yes or no? Does that make sense to everybody in when it comes down to oil? The trend is still there. Big drop, faded the gap, and the RT on the MPI is saying no go. All right? Does everybody understand that? That's why, for everyone who's asking me if I'm still in my WTI trade, I'm not. How do you understand that, Fireblazer? Really? How do you not understand that? I said, though, if you're long-term, trend is still there. If your long-term trend is still there. Really, Fireblazer? Really? All right. Never mind. All right. I tried to explain it. The best way I can. I do like the Moderna flu and COVID shot combination. The biggest mover to the downside is oil. So I'm bearish on USO. Everything else I'm going to be bullish on, and I did not diversify, just like we just talked about at Ryan's. I did not diversify. I think that the news on the EVs was. And let's go to my picks last week. We'll see how that worked out. United Healthcare. What was I bearish on? I think I was bearish on Target. Let's go see how this worked out. Go back a week. 927. Let's do a quick test. Look at that. Marijuana got smoked. Oh, I got out of my marijuana play too. I'm still in MJNA, but I got out of MJ. The India one, I did like that play. Man, Target I was bearish on. That's good. But marijuana got hit. I got out of my, I took a 5% gain on the marijuana play. About it. Man. So both of us got a little hit last week. Both of us got hit a little bit. Small caps and penny stocks get no love. Not when the market's going down, Energy. Not when the market's going down. The small cap, low dollar stocks are good in a good uptrending market because people then more willing to take the chance on those because they're a little greedy. Right now, greed ain't the thing. Any reason you don't put your picks into a portfolio that way you could see what's short, what's long? Chris, because then we got to set up 2 different portfolios every week. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Not to say that I'm lazy, but I'm lazy. Okay, that's the answer to that.
Well, he said it.
Did. All right, let's talk about y'all's picks from last week.
Hey, Gemini says marijuana got smoked.
It did. It did get smoked. It got smoked
Good
like
pun.
a pound of weed. I can't say it. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Like a pound of bacon.
Like a pound of bacon, yeah. It got smoked like a pound of bacon.
Some brisket.
All right, here's y'all's picks from last week. You never know what's going to happen on a live stream, baby, when it's me. You never know. You never know. All right, here's y'all's picks
Hopefully
from
their
last week.
picks did better than ours, but judging by that list, I was saying hopefully their picks did better than ours, but judging by that list, it's up in the
energy.
air.
Yeah, y'all's list sucked too. That's good. Tesla, that might work. Zim, I like it for the dividend, but man, you get hurt on that. RX, I still like that play. It's a very speculative play. Let's go see. Let's quick test. We went back to 20. Set down 7%. Ooh-wee. P5. Look at that. Energy's 30% down. Good. Goodly muggly. Yeah.
Pull up the graph of P5.
Yep.
Because you should never write a stock down 30%
I agree with
in a
that.
week. You know, even if you're on vacation, put some kind of stock
Wow.
for your
The
broker.
big move happened today.
Oh.
The
yes.
big news happened today. So let's go see what the news is, because I don't know what the news is. Ooh,
Something's going on.
25% down today. Why hold strategy is the flying flip is that?
I don't think that's the...
That's P5, Profire Energy. Let's go see press release. I got nothing. It's like Whitney. I got nothing. That's 2 months ago. That's 6 hours ago. That's a different stock. I don't know what happened to it.
Let me pull up.
See if you can find something. I couldn't find it. That's all today. And the RT on the MPI graph just crossed today too. Jazz says no news on it. I don't know what that's
there's
all
no
about.
news.
I got nothing. And it just went straight to a sell based on the big move down today. I don't know. But prior to that, I had a level of support. It just broke through it. It just ran through it. Holy smokes. It was like the stock is a stock till it ran all through and it went down. It went bulletproof. It wasn't bulletproof. It went down. Oof, that was a big moment. I watched that one like a hawk. Josh says there was no news on it.
Mm-mm.
Ouch. They'll probably release something after hours. I don't know. There was no news. All right. So that was the big hit in y'all's portfolio. All right, let's go find your stocks for this week. Here we go. Ryan, call them out to me. I'm looking for 10 stocks. That's all I'm looking for. So
10
Joey can get his
stocks.
tea time. I'm looking for 10 stocks.
Joey needs his tea time.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh, Zim no longer
come on.
plays a dividend. Oh, interesting.
All right, we got V.
That had to come from energy. Of course it did.
AAL. SMCI. BNKD. PEP.
Are you keeping in mind how many stocks you putting up here?
STE. TBT.
That's a good play.
PLTR.
That's another good play.
I like
I do
Palantir. Yeah.
too.
Especially in a good bottom
1, 2,
fishing
3, 4,
situation.
5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more stocks.
We got Oxy, OXY. And oh, interesting. I just saw that. Lux H, LUXH, luxury hotels.
All right, there's your 10
I was just
stocks.
reading an article. Not too long.
Here's your 10 stocks.
All right, we got 10 stocks here.
All right, I'll let you start. Any stocks that you want to talk about?
Let's talk about this big mover today. Look at this. Luxury LUXH up almost 10% today. Go ahead and pull up the news on that if you can,
Let's
Glenn.
keep that
I'm just
out.
curious. Because I saw an article about it. I didn't read it today. I'm just curious what's going on.
7 days ago. 7 days ago. I hate that I can't. All right, hold on. Let's go through the mind of Glenn. Glenn researches everything. Let's go look at what is it? LUXH.
XH.
Nothing. I got.
Yeah, I just went on Google and I didn't get anything either.
Does it got something to do with Rivian? No. Never mind. Talk about big movers. I got nothing.
I see it expanded their portfolio with 3 new properties in collaboration with Wyndham Hotels.
Who cares?
But that was
That's
2
not
weeks
enough
ago.
to push it up almost 10%.
Yeah, so something's going on there.
Okay.
But hey, that's showing some real conviction by the buyers. If it's up 10%, I imagine the volume's up quite a bit today on no news. So that's great news for this position.
How about my good friend Palantir is up today? Very
Yeah,
speculative
I've been talking about
play,
Palantir.
but I love that they grow their earnings. They got so many contracts. It's not equating out to money made yet.
Yeah. And they're all government contracts.
Yes, for the most part.
And not the U.S., but around the world. I did a video on them a couple weeks ago, and they just got a new contract with the Royal Air Force in the U.K. something to do with their logistics software. But yeah, I mean they're a powerhouse when it comes to was it mostly they focus on cybersecurity and AI
Yes.
technology, from my understanding.
It's a machine learning company, being able to take data, no matter what space you're in, for usable information for you for efficiency. How about SMCI is back on the run? Let's take a look at the stocks that are up.
I like SMCI.
I do
here.
too. We're going to look at these on the MPI graph. I love this graph. Guys, if you're not a part of the VectorVest system, 99 cents gets you ability to look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Trend is there and getting bigger. When was the right time to get in? Early? Off of the RT? Right here? And then confirmation of trend? Right here. And look at that. Love this graph layout. Love this graph layout. And the trend is just going. And our RT is just rising.
Look at that strong buy rating on it too.
That's a good buy. Where's the volume? Let's go look at volume. Volume is a little bit choppy, but on a day like today, it's doing it on good volume.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next one. Palantir, as much as I like it, it's got a solid level, a solid ceiling sitting at 1601. Until it can really get above that and stay above that, I'd wait.
It's in a strong channel right now.
It is a channel. I'd wait until it can get above that value. And even from, look at that, when the trend was there, the stock went up. Started losing, lost it. Quick way to get out was here. Next one. Woo!
Not where you want to
be. So it is moving up today. This is why the power of the MPI is so important. No trend. The trend went away. Here. Nothing telling me to get into it. Up day to day. This is the power of the MPI. Up day to day, who cares? That's up to day. Unless you're day trading it. There's nothing that tells me to hold this long term. You agree?
I definitely agree. And remember, there's been a bunch of articles. I think you even brought up one last week, the week before, about the rising fuel costs and how they're expecting third quarter earnings to take a hit. Not even just American Airlines, but I think the article had to do with Delta, right? Or Southwest?
I think it was Southwest.
Okay.
All right. Next one. SMCI. Look at that. Back on a nice upturn. Trend is... Look at that. Trend is starting to show. This might be a good early. If you're aggressive, look at the moving averages of RT. Just kicking in, and trend is starting to show. I'd keep my eyes on SMCI. I would definitely keep my eyes on that. RT is above 1. Stock's back in an uptrend.
And if I've been holding SMCI since its high of $350 back in August, I'm definitely not necessarily in a rush to sell it right this second.
That's true, too. I got a solid level of the gap sitting at a level of 298.81. It's not that far from it. If it breaks above that, the stock's really got some more upside, and the MTI would be jumping all over that.
Yeah, you're looking at close to 350 just to fill that gap, right?
Yep. Energy. Nope.
Transportation.
I got no trend, and I got no entry. Mm-hmm. And I got to sell off today. I got a little profit taken, and it's at 90 cents. Energy. Nope. Look at me.
Yeah, I don't
Hold on.
see it.
Look at me. No. Okay. And I'm just showing it to you. No. All right. You agree, Ryan?
I'm not a fan. 9,000 stocks to choose from. This isn't going to be on my list.
I got 99 stocks, and VEV is not one. All right.
That was good.
Next one. Look at that. I'm still bullish on BNKD. Love the upward trend. I could draw a trend line.
Yep.
It's got trend. RT's got, I like it. Someone asked him, would I still be in it? I like it. I like that stock. I cannot lie. I like that stock. I cannot lie. You agree?
It's playing to the downside of the market, and that's the place to be right now.
Absolutely. All right. You say that now. Energy said you say that now about yep, I say it now. My story might change later, but I'm going to let it come to me. I say that now. Next one, STE. Interesting.
Hasn't really done much. I'm wondering if they pay a dividend because it's so. I mean, the price doesn't move much. Unless this is a good dividend stock. I don't
Pays
really see a whole lot.
$2.08 on dividend. Good
that,
eye on that, Ryan. Good eye. Let's go see what the dividend safety is. 82. Good call on that, Ryan.
Yeah.
That was a good call. That is a dividend player that is very good, safe dividend, but definitely in the channel. Good call, man. Good call. It hasn't done much.
Click on the dividend. See if the dividend X date is coming up soon. So it just had its payout. Yeah. So the dividend X date should be coming up probably.
This may not be a bet. I mean, it pays $2.02, $2.08, and the safety is off the chart good.
If the market remains volatile, this may not be a bad place. Just to have a nice safe dividend play.
I agree with that. All right, so that we got through there. Let's go look at the last three. We didn't look at the last three. Let's go look at the last three.
We got PepsiCo.
I like Pepsi.
So that TBT, that thing has entered. I think it's like number 12 on the top VST list. But it's one of
because of all of the interest in the treasuries and the yields.
Yeah,
it's a good play.
Pepsi, not so much.
Okay, I agree. I ain't got to say much about that. There's the TBT trade. That's a beautiful looking trade. You agree?
What is it? It's a for $30 to $42 just in the last 3 months.
That's a nice move.
I mean, look at the RT and those moving averages of the stock price. It's showing no wane in the momentum to the upside.
I'm writing that down. Yeah, Apple. Yep, Apple, TBT. Okay. I wouldn't buy it today though. Down day today. I would, anytime we're gonna ever tell you to take a look at a stock, make sure you buy it on a good day. John says it's overextended. Let's put this on a 1-year graph. Put it on a 5-year graph.
It is.
John may not be wrong.
Yeah.
John may not be wrong, but I think if the market looks the way it does, this can keep going into uncharted territory. John, it could be.
So this is shorting the 20-year.
Yes.
So if we think that we're getting into uncharted territory, I wonder if playing the long of the 20-year treasuries may be
what's the long side of it? Anybody know what the long? Hey, Steve, what's the long side of TBT?
Okay. Or John, do you know?
TLT?
TBT is a U.S. Treasury ETF. If you work for the U.S. government, that's a no-go, my friends. You can't buy it if you work for the U.S. government?
I think it's TLT. Somebody said TLT. Hold on. Yeah, that's the other. Yeah, but I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that yet either. Because this was going up so much. There's the long side of it. That makes sense. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we forgot Oxy.
Petro.
Put this on 3 month. All the oil and energy stocks are getting beat. I think it's bull. I think it is bull. So I'm not.
Yeah, my cutoff point probably would have been around $61 for this position. Just because you see that was where the prior swing low was around 61.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm mad. There you go. Right about here. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
All right. I'm mad at petroleum. It should be going up, but can you put us on our last screen?
So one thing I thought.
Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I always usually go to oilprice.com in the morning. Now, OPEC members such as Saudi Arabia and Russia, they have, solidified, sticking to their cuts, looks like until towards the end of the year. OPEC Plus, however, is painting a different picture. They're actually increasing some of their production. So I think that's kind of offsetting some of those cuts that we're hearing about. And the other thing I saw was gasoline. The last week's inventories for gasoline actually rose.
We're finding more gasoline?
Well, the inventories, I guess they could be replenishing those inventories that we drained earlier in the year.
How
Remember
we
that,
do-
Glenn?
Where does gasoline come from?
The refinery.
Comes from oil, right?
Yeah.
If the oil supplies are drying up, how is gasoline supplies going up? I'm just asking. I'm asking for Joey because Joey doesn't understand it.
If we figured that out, Glenn, we'd be sitting on a beach enjoying a margarita and not working, I bet.
Say again, Steve? People are not paying at the pump as much.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say no to that. I don't know.
I was kind of surprised, seeing this run up in the oil over the last, couple months, really. The price of the gasoline hasn't really jumped up that much. It went from
you're gonna mess it up for all of us. You're gonna mess. And now watch. As soon as we go home tonight, oil and gasoline.
Let me go ahead and knock on that wood now. Let me go ahead and knock on that wood.
Gosh.
But yeah, because here in North Carolina, I mean, 350, 360 has been high.
That's
for
what
us
I
recently.
got. Pretty much about 359.
309 to 330. That's gas on a good week for us right now. But we've been stuck between that range between $3 and $3.50, for probably the better half of the last 6 to 9 months.
We'll say gas over $6 in California. I'm glad I don't live in California. How much does it cost to walk, Joey says? All right, we got 51 likes. Before we leave, if you liked what we did here today, hit the like button. Why do I have to twist arms to get you guys to hit the like button or share?
Are you not entertained?
Son of a gun.
Do you remember that?
I'm going to start dancing.
Reference?
It's getting hot in here. And take off all my clothes.
I can see the viewers leaving now.
All right. Did you just shut me? You shut me down. that was to get the likes. I was trying to get the lights up. I was trying to get the lights up. Man.
Guys, I got you.
All right. I was trying to get the likes up. We almost get canceled too. Anyway.
Now, again, if you find this information informative, if you find this making you money, keeping you on the right side of the market, don't hesitate to share this with your friends and family. Share it amongst your social circles.
Fireblazer says, I saw your bra.
I saw you, bra.
Take
my like back now.
In any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know something? I'm pissed at you right now. Ryan, sign us out. Let's go.
I signed this out last
Oh,
week.
you did? All right, So here we go. Fireblazer says, I can't unsee it. Whatever. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until then, next time, folks.
See ya.
See ya.